Hey guys, welcome back. We just had a couple big events released, so I thought I'd talk about those for a minute. Let's go ahead and look at these. See, going down the list, we still have the Happy Holidays, the Festive Hero skins. I'll show you, I've got one of those unlocked at this point. We can take a look at that. Each one of these gives a giant boost to the stats. It's really nice, bigger on the offensive side, 25% attack boost, 25% health boost, and a little less on the defensive side. But really nice boost to have if you can get them. They do go away at the end of the event, although there was a message when they put it out. If they do these events again, it sounds like you'll be able to use the skin again and potentially have the same stat boost. So the skin I don't think goes away, but the boost goes away. And potentially you won't be able to use that boost again until they, in the future, do another one of these festive events. Alright, so we'll look at that in a minute. Let's go on to some of the rest of these. We've got surprise guests, it says. We're going to go ahead, let's go to the info on this. Igorok, King Kong, and special guests. Tons of quests. We've got a bunch of wreaths. There's a wreath shop going on right now, and there are 3 dungeons, event dungeons, where you can get Igorok tokens. And there are a bunch of quests related to that, and those quests unlock that special guest. So we'll go back and look at that. Actually, not sure what the King Kong business is all about. I haven't seen him involved. Maybe there's a special drop there in his level. I guess we'll look at that together. We also have Igorok Invades, the heroic portal. So if you are trying to unlock Igorok or get him up to the next star level, this would be a great time. I will actually be making a video to do a ×10, hoping to get a 35 token for him as well. That should give me just enough so at the end of this event I can get up to that 5-star level with Igorok. And we'll talk about that some more in a minute. Alright, so here are the 3 dungeons, and we're going to look at those in just a moment. We've got 13 days on this event, so a lot of time we can spend doing these, and it's a good thing because it takes a lot of time to go through each of these. Alright, so 3 levels, really the same thing, but easy, medium, and hard. We'll go through the quests in the quest log in just a minute. There are quests associated with just beating them. So just going through, beating it, I think up to 20 times for each one of these. You get different quest rewards, and generally those quest rewards focus on getting Igorok tokens. If you look inside here, you'll see that you can get an Igorok token for each one of these levels as long as you can beat it. And those refresh every day, the same way you'd expect for dungeons just in general. So I think I've already gotten all of these for these days. I think this is a 14-day event altogether, which often means you can actually do it 17 times. Not 17. If it's a 14-day event, usually you can do it 15 times because of the time zone changes and things like that in the start and end of the event. But basically that means you could get somewhere between 45 to 42 of the tokens guaranteed just from doing all 3 of these levels every day for the duration of this event. Now that excludes any gold chests or purple chests where you get even more. So you've got the potential to earn somewhere in the order of 50. If you get very close to unlocking Igorok or getting him to the next star level, you can always do a couple of these refreshes to get a couple extra tokens. Alright, let's check out this other level while we're here. Yeah, I don't know what's going on here. We'll go to the reflection halls. I'm not sure why they mention King Kong. Maybe someone else will be able to point that out in the comments. But I haven't seen that. So we'll go into quests. I've actually already done the quests that are for 20 defeats of each one of those levels. I put a fair amount of time already trying to get a good feel for what you're going to get out of it. So those are all done. Those are primarily just giving lots of Igorok tokens and a bunch of wreaths. And then for the last one, for each one of them, I believe for the easy level, doing the 20 defeats of that level gives you honor summons. But for the medium and hard, you get a heroic summon unlock for each one of those. So you get to go into the heroic summons and do a hero roll there for each one of those. Alright, and you'll get a bunch of Igorok tokens along the way as well. Once you go in, every time you do one of those levels, there's a 100% chance it's going to end with Igorok at the end. And you also get to complete these quests for defeating Igorok at the end of those levels. So I've got one here for the hard version. I think I've completed all the times for killing him doing the medium and easy. So here's the difference. There's a line of quests for defeating Igorok, and those you have to actually go into level for. You have to go in, go through it, run the thing. For the easiest ones, you might be able to get away with just doing auto attack. I can do that at this point. I've got high enough star levels. I can put an all green team in there, all nature based, and I can just auto run the level. And there's no problems. Medium, I can basically auto run it, but the boss, usually I've got to pay a little bit more attention. He has a little bit of threat there. And then on hard, I've actually got to pay attention to most of the whole level. But you've got to go all the way through in order to finish these quests. For the level completion quests, and again, this is very similar to the way events have worked in the past, for those, you can just do quick loot. So you're going to be able to unlock that heroic quest at the end, and you get a bunch of Igorok tokens. As long as you can get to 3-star on each one of these, you can just quick loot them and get all the way through. I don't recommend it because that's not really the limiting effect anyway. The limiting case, you're going to end up having to run these anyway to get Igorok. But if you're running low on time, you do get a lot of good resources from them. Again, about twice as much gold as you can get from any other level when doing these event levels. And it seems to be, I think, about the same between easy, medium, and hard. I was getting about 15,000 gold for each one of those just on completion. Alright, so these are the special guest part I'd want to talk about for a minute as well. Within the level, within each one of these, here it's going to be Selwyn's associated with the easy level, and Tharand with the medium level, and Yokozuna with the hard level. You've got a chance that these characters will come up. So Selwyn might come up, Selwyn the Enduring, during the easy level. I'm not sure if it might be like a 50% chance. I'm not completely sure. Again, it's hard to get a good feel without running it a whole lot of times. That would be my guess, though, somewhere on that order. So when you go through the level, you've got a chance for them to come up, and if they do, then you can unlock these quests as well. So every time you defeat them, it goes towards this collective defeats for that character. Here I'm at about 21, even though you can't see it. 21 out of 30, so I've already collected quite a few times. The past couple, I think I had one to go from 10 to 15. I got 7 tokens. This is for Icebloom, I believe is the character's name. We'll look at him in a minute. I've got a fair number of tokens already unlocked. So I think the first stage of the quest, you'll be able to see this anyway, but I think it's like 1 token for 1 defeat, and then it's cumulative, so your second defeat you get 2 tokens, and then it keeps going up. I don't remember the whole progression, but at between 10 defeats and 15, so for those 5 defeats you get 7 tokens. Going from 15 to 20, you get another 7 tokens, and then going from 20 to 30, you get 15 tokens, and I've got one more quest after this. I'm not sure what it'll be. Hopefully I can report on that in a little bit. Although, I do want to point out here, it appears to be the same progression for the easy, medium, and hard. So when I went through defeat Tharand, I'm getting the same token progression on that. Just want to point it out because it might be in question. So that's all I want to say about those. We can go quickly and look at that hero. I don't have her unlocked yet. She is a caster. And I have seen some of the abilities. Others have unlocked her. If you go in on the forums, you can take a look at some of that to get better information. One of the cool traits that she has, so I'm at 51 out of 100. I'll probably as well, just the regular strategy here, try to get her all the way up but not quite unlock her, and then I'm sure they're going to put her in the heroic portal pretty quickly here, and I'll try to use that giant pool of gems to unlock her before I do the token unlock, so I can get her up to that 4-star level. So that's the goal. Her first skill is another one kind of like Selwyn the Enduring or Igorok. It has a chance to freeze the entire other team. And she also has a special trait. These are just some of the noteworthy things. A special trait where she can't die on her first... she can't have a death blow that right away kills her. So she'll be taken down to 1% health, or 1 health point, one of the two there. I think it would be effectively just about the same. Any hit would then take her out. But that's a really nice thing. I mean, Selwyn can very easily be taken out by Willow, and I think that makes him a hard character to incorporate in too much for dungeon raiding or otherwise. But if Icebloom here can take that hit and still needs to be taken out by another fast character or somebody else that just needs another attack, that could make her much more survivable. So it seems like a good character to have. It'll be exciting trying to get him on the team again. And at the very least, it's one more character to go through the tower progression with, the tower opponent. So looking forward to unlocking her here before too long. That's most of what I wanted to say about this event. The only other thing, let's take a look at my Igorok here. So I've done quite a few of these quests already. Let's see, there he is. And I'm at about 72. I know that I can get almost 50 tokens, somewhere in the order of 50 tokens, just by continuing to run those 3 levels. Even if I didn't do anything else with quests, I should be able to get, say, another 40 tokens from just running those 3 levels every day for the next, whatever, 13 days that we've got left, something like that. And so I'd get very close, and I'd be just, 25 tokens away from finishing off Igorok to the 5-star level. So the goal is here, shortly I'll be doing a 10 hero roll, heroic roll, to try to get the equivalent of unlocking him, which gives you 35 tokens. That would put me over the edge. So just trying to encourage you guys, the same thing. If you're close on another star level, Igorok is obviously an incredibly powerful character. If you can try to get him to the next star level or just unlock, whichever way, try to figure out exactly how many tokens you're going to need to get him all the way through to that point. So I think they've made it pretty close so that everyone would be able to have the chance to get to something like 100 tokens. Alright, that's it for this. We'll be getting to those other videos pretty quickly here. So I hope that's helpful, and thanks everyone again for watching. We'll see you soon.